Hello everyone. Welcome back to Simply Listen. Today, I have a story that touched my soul, and I think it will touch yours too. It is a story about a man who thought he was winning at life, until his young son showed him that he was actually losing the things that matter most. My name is Thomas. I am 35 years old. In the eyes of the world, I am a very successful man. I am a senior manager at a global technology company. My office is on the 40th floor. I drive a luxury car, and my family lives in a beautiful house in the best part of the city. But there was a price for this success. That price was my time. My life was a race. My alarm clock screamed at 5:30 a.m. every morning. I would drink my coffee in a hurry, look at my phone for emails, and kiss my sleeping wife and son goodbye before the sun even came up. I spent my days in a gray office, sitting in meetings that never ended. I was always chasing the next promotion, the next bonus, and a bigger paycheck. I told myself, I am doing this for my son Sam. I want him to have the best life. I want him to go to the best university. I thought love was something you could deposit into a bank account. My son Sam was 8 years old. He was a bright boy who loved building things with blocks and playing soccer in the backyard. But I didn't know much about his life. I didn't know who his best friend was. I didn't know what he was learning in school. When I came home at 9 o'clock or 10 p.m., I was like a ghost. I was physically there, but my mind was still at the office. One particular Friday, I had a terrible day. A big project failed and my boss was angry. I drove home in a storm of stress. When I walked through the door, the house was quiet. I just wanted to sit in the dark and be alone. But there, sitting on the bottom step of the stairs, was Sam. He was wearing his pajamas and holding a small plastic jar. "Dad?" he whispered. "Sam, why are you still awake? It's nearly 10 p.m. Go to bed," I said, my voice sharp and tired. He didn't move. He looked up at me with his big, innocent eyes. "Dad, I waited for you. I wanted to ask you something very important." I put my briefcase down with a loud thud.
"Sam, I am exhausted."
"I had a very bad day. Can this wait until tomorrow?" "Just one question, Dad." "I promise," he said. I sighed loudly to show him I was annoyed. "Fine. One question. What is it?" Sam stood up and walked toward me. "Dad, how much do you make in 1 hour at your work?" I felt a flash of anger. I thought he was being disrespectful. "Why are you asking me that? That is a very rude question. Money is for adults to worry about, not children. Now go to your room." Sam's shoulders dropped. He looked like he wanted to cry. "Please, Dad, I just really need to know. How much is it for 1 hour?" To make him leave, I finally shouted the answer. "I make $100 an hour. Are you happy now? Does that make you feel better? Now get out of my sight." Sam didn't say anything. He just nodded slowly, turned around, and walked up the stairs. I heard his bedroom door close. I felt a small sting of guilt in my heart, but I pushed it away. I told myself I was tired and I had a right to be angry. An hour passed. The house was silent. I sat in the kitchen drinking a glass of water, and I started to think about Sam's face. He didn't look like he was being rude. He looked like he was searching for something. I felt bad for shouting. Maybe he wanted to buy a specific toy. Maybe he was curious about the world. I decided to go up and apologize. I opened his door quietly. The room was dark, but I could see him sitting on the edge of his bed.
Sam,
I said softly, "I'm sorry I yelled at you. I've had a lot of pressure at work today. It's not your fault. Here, take this." I reached into my wallet and gave him a $20 bill. "I thought maybe you were asking because you wanted to buy something." Sam took the money, and his eyes filled with tears. "Oh, thank you, Dad," he said. Then he reached under his pillow and pulled out a pile of wrinkled, messy money. There were $1 bills, $5 bills, and some coins. My anger returned for a second. "If you already had money, why did you beg for more?" I asked. Sam didn't answer right away. He counted his money very carefully. $20, $40, $60, $80, and finally, with my $20, it was $100. He held the pile of money out to me with both hands. His hands were shaking. "Dad," he said in a small, trembling voice, "I have $100 now. I've been saving for 6 months. I saved my lunch money, I saved my tooth fairy money, and I did extra chores for Grandma." He looked me straight in the eyes, and his next words broke my heart into 1,000 pieces. "Dad, here is $100. Can I please buy 1 hour of your time? Can you please come home at 6 p.m. tomorrow? I just want to sit with you and have dinner. I just want to talk to you." I felt like the floor had disappeared beneath my feet. I looked at my son, this little boy who was willing to give up everything he owned just to have 60 minutes with his father. I realized that I was working so hard to buy him a life, but I was actually stealing his childhood. I was a rich man, but in that moment, I realized I was the poorest father in the world. I dropped to my knees and pulled him into a tight hug. I cried into his shoulder.
I'm so sorry. Sam, he sobbed.
"I'm so sorry. It's okay, Dad," he said, patting my back. "You can have the money now." "No, Sam," I said, wiping my eyes. "You keep your money. Tomorrow I am coming home early, and the day after that, and every day I can. I don't need the $100. I need you." That night, I didn't check my emails. I stayed in Sam's room and told him a story until he fell asleep. The next day, I walked into my boss's office. I told him I wouldn't be staying late anymore. He was surprised, but I didn't care. I realized that my company could replace me in a week, but my son could never replace his father. Time is the only currency that we can never earn back. We spend our lives chasing money, thinking it will bring us happiness. But the truly wealthy people are those who have time for the people they love. Don't wait until your children are grown up to realize that you missed their lives. Simply listen to the people who love you, because they are the real treasure.